Hello, welcome. This is a health illness update. We're at the end of February. I think this is update number 12. As usual, I'm not quite sure where I left off, so I'll try and get everybody up to date. I say it's number 12, but people that are on my GoFundMe will have gotten a few extra updates that I post just there. My GoFundMe, I was hoping I could show you a QR code, but it's gofund.me/9024. B as in boy, 907. So gofund.me/9024B907. That'll take you to that page where you can support. And of course, we need it more than ever. So I'm just looking at my calendar so I can be clear about these things. So we're in February. So tomorrow I see the pulmonologist, the lung specialist for the for this unresolved and unproductive cough. Done a series of CAT scans, X-rays, actually tried some medicine, and my APRN at the GP said, here's the next step. Pulmonologist seemed pretty quick to find one and then make an appointment. So my guess is I'm not going to go there tomorrow and she will just say, oh, it's simple. It's just this, take more vitamin B and you'll be fine. I expect it'll be the start of some process. So I just don't have any more information, I guess, until tomorrow afternoon. On the 3rd, which is Friday morning, I go into Yale for a filter placement in, I think, the inferior vena cava for the blood clot that they found near my right ankle, the right medial ankle, for which I'm taking medicine, I think a blood thinner for that. And I guess, the concern is that that travels to the lungs and creates, really concerning havoc. And so I go in for that. And my understanding, my guess, I guess, or educated guess, is that they go in, I guess, through the, through a vein in the leg, a larger vein, and they thread it up to where they want it and, get some, I guess, local anesthesia or something. I don't know what that's made of. I don't know if that has any implications for future MRIs and such. And I don't know if it stays in permanently or for how long. But I guess I do that. And I guess there's not much in the way of recovery time. I need a ride home because I guess they don't want me to drive right after. I don't know. Because on March 7th, which is, Friday is the IVC filter, and then, Tuesday morning, so a couple days later, is the big surgery, or surgeries. I don't know how I refer to it. That's also early in the morning. And so my understanding, and I last talked to them about this when I was in the hospital, so 5 weeks ago or whatever it was. My understanding is that their expectation is that I'd be recovering in the hospital for 2 or 3 days and then go home. So who knows if I come out of the surgery or if there's infections or complications. I mean, I had no idea, but that was their expectation. So in terms of my planning classes and things, that's what I'll be thinking. So I suppose that means that we won't have class Wednesday night, which is the 8th. That's a meditation class. Obviously, my private student lessons, most of my lessons are private, so I'll be texting and talking to those people. And I don't have another group class that week. So that means my next group class will be the 13th, which is a Monday night. So my guess is by then I'll be able to teach. I might be in a weekend or quiet position, but my guess is I'll be home and I'll be able to come out to the studio and get through that class. I suppose since that's a Zoom-friendly class, if I'm home but it's iffy, I might be able to do it by Zoom. Okay, so my understanding about the surgery is that both of the liver surgeon and the colorectal surgeon will be in the surgical suite to do, I don't know if we call it surgeries or surgery. They're both doing two different things with two different entryways. I don't know if it's a surgery or two surgeries that happen at the same time. I don't know how to refer to it. But my understanding from the colorectal surgeon is that the liver surgeon would physically start doing surgery first, the colorectal surgeon would monitor my response. I think he described it as strength, so that when he's ready to do his part of the surgery, which is a resection of a section of the colon, he would decide based on how I'm faring from the liver surgery if he can start that. That's kind of my understanding. So I suppose I could wake up from what had just been the liver surgery to find out, we're going to reschedule my part once you strengthen up. I don't know. So we'll just see. But at least they're planning to do them both. And then, 3 or 4 days later, I'd probably be home. The VNA nurse did not discharge me knowing the schedule of things. He was saying I could be discharged based on how I am doing with the colostomy. But he said, well, you're about to have surgery. I'd rather just keep you in the loop. His estimation and the estimation of the nurse who I only messaged and sent photos and stuff was that I have a hernia at the site of the colostomy. And then the first time I heard this was that she said, well, it's pretty common. She didn't seem worried. So I guess because the colorectal surgeon's plan, as I understand it, was that during the surgery, which is upcoming on March 7th, they would reverse the colostomy. That's an expectation. And I guess, nobody's told me this, that then they tend to the hernia at the same time because it's the same site. And so I don't know, do they stitch something up for a hernia? Because it's something pushing through something else. So I guess in the closing up, they tend to the hernia, so it's not like a separate thing. But that's really just my guess. I haven't actually heard that from anybody. I don't know if they're all aware of it. And after them being aware of it, the surgery was scheduled. So I don't think it's something that would obviate or postpone the surgery. So some of this is me guessing. Some of it's educated guesses. Some of it's what I've been told. Some of it's what I was told a while ago. So now it's leading me to understand things a certain way, but they could change. I don't know why that's written down for 2 dates. I'm going to have to check that. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Okay. And then what is this? That's March 7th. And then March 28th, I go in for a CT scan for the pelvis and abdominal. And my understanding is that's a 2-month follow-up to my chemotherapy. I wanted to say experiment, but study. And I don't have it in my head yet what the regularity is, but my understanding from a text of the research coordinator was that there will be regular follow-ups. I don't know if they're MRIs and CT scans at different paces, rhythms, schedules, or if there's just a set number, but I think she said something like monthly I'd have some follow-ups. I think it was monthly, but I don't know if that referred to MRIs. She did mention it right after my MRI, which was a week ago, but I'm not quite sure. But my general expectation is that I'll have some scans on some relatively regular schedule. And my understanding further was that the study wants them about twice as often as the kind of, I forgot what the term is, but the usual protocol would be for my cancer. And as a result, my insurance gets billed for every other scan, and the study pays for every other scan because they're wanting twice as many, so they'll pay for the extra. I guess that's kind of my rickety understanding. And I think that's all I have. I'm definitely starting to shift into more desperate in terms of getting help to clean out the house and the school and give things away and sell things and tag sale things and so forth. So I definitely need more help with people like physically moving things. And also I'll take these to the book barn and sell them. I'll eBay these. I'll man the tag sale. I'll whatever, or I'll take these things, or I'll bring these to donate somewhere, or even I know who I can donate these to. Like I have, school uniforms for martial arts, and I don't know who to donate them to, but hopefully somebody knows, hey, I know who can use a few boxes of belts or a bunch of, karate gis, or probably have to get rid of my mats or most of my mats. I'd love to figure out who could use those because they're pricey and worth it to somebody, I'm sure. And the best way to do that is to reach out to Garrett or to Darcy or to Harry Gross, and they're kind of coordinating the donations and tag sales and physically moving. So donating money, donating time, donating ideas would be really helpful, but it's going to definitely feel like a big weight on me, just literally physically cleaning things out, and never mind the emotional challenge of that and the time crunch and all the rest. So definitely getting help with regard to that would be really, really important. And maybe your help is just to be, hey, on that day that it's happening, I'll buy pizza for people that are helping, or I'll lend my truck to somebody who can do the driving, but I don't have the time. So there's a whole bunch of that. And it'd be great to put things in the hands of people that can value them and benefit by them. And if they can pay me for them, great. If they can just take them, great. If they can help sell them, great. If they can figure out where they donate. Basically, I need a lot of help, and I don't have the resources to organize it. That's why Darcy and Garrett and Harry have been instrumental. But we definitely need more bodies here more often. Maybe we can get a regular pace of, every Sunday morning people are doing this for 3 hours or whatever. And I'll help as I can. Anyway, I think that's all I have. I was also talking to Promethea Arts in Deep River, and they're going to hang some of my poetry pieces. I have a piece coming down from a juried show in Farmington soon. I still have a couple of pieces left to sell, and this will be a really hard thing for me to move and to handle. So I'd love to find a new home. I think I have one more small piece, one more medium piece, and 3 more large pieces, and that's it. So thanks to everybody who has donated and who has subscribed and who has checked in and delivered food and offered rides and just generally checked in. And a whole bunch of people came through a few months ago to buy poetry pieces, which is a big help financially, but also a big help in terms of these found homes. I don't have to move them. I don't have to damage them. And they found their homes. So that's very helpful too. So thank you, everybody, for your continued help and attendance in classes and so forth. So if you can join patreon.com/somedayfarm, you can do it for whatever budget you have, $4 a month, $6 a month, $38 a month, $100 a month, $400 a month, whatever. Any bit helps, of course, you've heard that before. And, we have a few regular classes, Monday and Wednesday nights at 6:30. They both start, they both run for an hour. One's philosophy, one's meditation, and a very limited space for new private lesson students. So if it's something you're ready for or ready to return to, reach out and we'll see what we can do. Love, thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been, I think, update number 12. Thank you.